I'm Stephen Urban, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Focus, where we spend 5 minutes or less of uninterrupted time to discuss a single topic with the goal of helping you unlock your full potential as a leader. So get comfortable, disconnect from the rest of the world, and let's focus for 5 minutes together. Today, we're going to be talking about something essential for every leader, and that's setting boundaries without feeling guilty. If you've ever struggled to protect your time and energy because you feel obligated to say yes to everything, this topic is for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how to set and maintain boundaries so you can lead more effectively while avoiding burnout and guilt. Boundaries are often seen as barriers, but they're actually the key to managing your time and energy. So then what's the problem, you ask? Well, many of us feel guilty when we set limits, whether it's with colleagues, clients, or even friends and family. We fear being perceived as unhelpful or selfish. But the reality is, without boundaries, we can't lead effectively or sustain our energy long term. Something that I want you to take to heart from our conversation today is this. If you don't protect your own well-being with healthy boundaries, you're not going to be able to have the capacity to show up fully for others. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out. It's actually about creating the space for what matters most. When you say yes to everything, you're actually saying no to something else. And that something else could be your own well-being, time with friends and family, or your own priorities that you need to pay attention to. Research shows that leaders who maintain clear boundaries make better decisions. They experience less stress, and they're more present in their work. Remember, boundaries are a way of showing respect, not only for your time, but for the people you're leading and working with. By this point, we've obviously established that boundaries are important. But now let's dive into how you can start setting and maintaining your boundaries today. We're going to cover 4 important steps, and the first being identify your priorities. Before you can set boundaries, you need to know what's most important to you. So you're going to have to take the time to identify and define your top priorities both professionally and personally. This is going to give you an easy framework of when to say yes and when to say no. And you can do that by asking yourself, where does this new request fall within my priorities? Number 2, communicate clearly. Boundaries only work if they're communicated clearly and respectfully. When setting your boundary, be direct, but be kind. For example, if someone were to ask you for help on a project that you know is going to stretch you too thin, try saying something like, hey, I'd love to help, but my current workload won't allow me to give this the attention it deserves. It's direct, but it's kind. Number 3, stay consistent. Boundaries lose their power if you don't stick to them. It might be uncomfortable at first, but consistency really is the key here. Over time, people will learn to respect your boundaries if you uphold them consistently. And finally, number 4, anticipate pushback. Not everyone is going to respect your boundaries right away, and some might not ever. So expect that. And when you do, you're going to be prepared to reinforce your boundaries calmly. If someone continues to push on them, restate your boundary, but do it without feeling the need to justify for it or apologize for it. Setting boundaries is going to take some practice. But once you do it repeatedly, you're going to learn to protect your time and your energy, and you're going to show up as a more effective and grounded leader. And here's the key. Don't feel guilty about prioritizing yourself. Boundaries are essential for your leadership and for your well-being. Every one of our sessions is going to come with a challenge. And today, I want you to take a moment to think about where you need clearer boundaries. What's one area in your life or work where you can start saying no, or you can start setting some limits. Identify your priorities and set that line where you can limit how much you will support a new request or flat out say no. Give it a try and see how it's going to impact your energy and your focus. If you're struggling with your boundaries or any leadership challenges, let's talk. You can schedule a free coaching consultation with me at buildyouralliance.com. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of today's 5 minutes of focus on setting boundaries without guilt. Until next time, I hope you stay focused, that you believe in yourself, set and honor your boundaries, and keep unlocking your leadership potential. If you've enjoyed today's topic and want to hear more, please subscribe to my channel for more 5 minutes of focus topics.